never thought much about sleep. It was just something you did. Lay down, drift off, wake up. Nothing strange about it. But then something happened. Something I couldn't explain. And at first, I thought I was alone in it. Years passed before I realized I wasn't. Others around me had experienced it too, but no one really talked about it. Not until I started asking. This is my true story, and everything I'm about to say actually happened to me. When I was younger, my mother used to tell me stories. Not bedtime stories, not fairy tales. She spoke of her youth, of nightmares that felt too real, of invisible presences attacking her physically while she slept. The first time I heard it, a shiver ran down my spine. My skin crawled, the sheer strangeness of it, the terror in her voice. It was unsettling, but time has a way of dulling even the most profound fears. She repeated the story often enough that it began to lose its edge. It became familiar, almost a joke, something we'd chuckle about, a peculiar family anecdote. The initial shock faded, replaced by a comfortable skepticism. I forgot about the invisible attacks, the physical assaults in her sleep. They were just stories, old stories. Life moved on. Years passed. I was older now, busy with work, immersed in the everyday. One particular night, I'd been working all day, exhausted, beyond tired, the kind of tired that drains you, leaves you heavy-limbed and numb. I tumbled into bed, in my own room, alone. It was well past midnight. I pulled my blanket up to my chin, cocooning myself. My hands were tucked close to my body, under the warmth of the covers. Just my head was exposed. I wanted to be warm, completely enfolded. I've always slept on my stomach. Ever since I was a baby, it's how I'm most comfortable. I must have fallen asleep. Or at least, I thought I did. Then I heard it. A distinct creak from the floorboards in my room. Then, a rustle. My curtain moved. A shiver of confusion. My window was closed. I knew it was. I always checked. And then, I felt it. The unmistakable sensation of someone stepping onto my bed. A gradual depression of the mattress. A shift in the air. A growing weight. My eyes was locked, closed. I wanted to wake up, to sit up, to see. But the exhaustion was a heavy cloak, binding me. Waking myself up felt like trying to lift a mountain. Suddenly, something was on me, lying on my back. The weight was immense, like a full-grown person had settled on my spine. I tried to move my hands, to pull them out from under the blanket, to use them to push myself up, to turn over, but whatever was on me was holding my hands tight, pressing them against my body. It felt like it was sitting on the blanket, pinning me. Underneath, I was trapped, like a vacuum seal, completely unable to move. I tried to rotate my head, to move it around on the pillow, just to gain some perspective, to look. But then, a distinct force stopped me. My head was locked in place, and more weight pressed down on my upper back, as if whatever was on me had shifted, pressing down harder. And then it happened. The single worst feeling I can recall. I felt it. Hot breath, exhaling on my neck. My entire body crawled, a wave of primal revulsion. As hard as I resisted, I couldn't move. But after that breath, my body began to shake, violently. A strange, uncontrollable tremor, unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. A deep, internal trembling that seized every muscle. Slowly, as I stopped resisting, the weight to lift. The pressure lessened. The terror, still a cold knot in my stomach, began to recede. Then, just as suddenly as it began, It released me. I woke up, utterly terrified. My heart hammered against my ribs. I scrambled to turn on the light in my room, bathing the space in a harsh, revealing glow. I looked around wildly, checked the window. It was closed. So how had I heard the curtain move? I tried to rationalize. The floor sometimes cracks when the temperature changes. I knew that, but the curtain, the weight, the breath. I was confused and deeply, profoundly frightened. I ran, fast, to my mother's room. Woke her up. I told her everything that had happened. Every detail, rushed and breathless. She listened, her eyes wide, and I saw it, a genuine shock. Not the polite concern of someone hearing a dream, but something deeper, a recognition. That's when I knew. Her stories, they weren't jokes. They were true. She told me, a little shaken herself, that she had shared those stories just in case, but she never, ever expected it to happen to me. It was around 2 in the morning when I woke her up, too scared to sleep again. She tried to reassure me, telling me it wouldn't come back to me the same night. It never came back to her on the same night, she said. Next morning, over coffee, we talked about it. I'd commonly heard of things like sleep paralysis or dream paralysis, but this felt different. That breath, that weight, it felt undeniably real. But how? That's a wrap on part 1. If you loved it and felt that connection, please like this video and subscribe. Got friends who've been there too? Share this with them and tell me, did any of this happen to you? Comment below.